A big question and an issue a lot of men bring to me is, did she ever love me? Did she ever care about me? Did she ever really appreciate me and the things that I did for her when we were together? I'll break this down so you guys can understand how women view love and how men view love. Women view love from an opportunistic standpoint, men from an idealistic standpoint. Now, opportunistic basically means, hey, I'm looking for an opportunity to get something from you, to try to manipulate, to get something out of you, to make my life better. And a man views love more so, I care about her, I love her, more so like a fantasy type of mindset, right? He just wants to be with her for her. That's where a lot of guys go wrong at. They get confused about how women view us men. See, when you meet a woman, guys, and you start to engage in conversation, interaction, what she's sizing up and what she's computing and putting into her brain is not necessarily this guy is fun to hang out with. He would be cool to kick it with. He's a cool guy. What she's thinking about ultimately is, how can I benefit from this situation? How can this guy give me something, either short term or long term, present or the future? What can he do for me to make my life that much better? So when you meet women right off the bat, and this is true, she doesn't really care about you per se. What she cares about is you getting her to the next level. When women want to get in relationships with you, or they try to pressure you for marriage, or they say, hey, so I'm looking for a relationship, what they're saying ultimately is this: I could care less about how you feel. I could care less about your happiness, your needs, your wants. What I want is you to better my life, you to get me from this situation that I'm in, which is probably not as good as I want it to be. Now, this could be you giving her money. This could be you paying some bills, you taking her from point A to point B, you having her move in with you should she have to pay any rent or mortgage, whatever it is. So when a woman typically says that, oh, I love you, take it as a grain of salt, because one, is just how she feels in that moment, and it can change like the seasons, like the weather. And when a man says, I love you, you know for a fact it's backed up by actions. See, that is the difference between men and women. It's the actions. Men love by way of doing something for a woman, or anybody for that matter. He wants to prove himself. He wants to say, hey, this is how I actually feel about you. Let me do this for you, right? Women view it totally different. They say they love you, and it's because you're making them feel good and they're happy. You probably took them on a cruise, you bought them something. Then they say, oh, I love you so much, baby. But when you can't do that anymore, or you maybe get her the wrong pair of shoes, or, she's just not happy, what happens? She pretty much takes off and leaves, or she'll stick around, but she'll go look for another guy to replace you. It happens all the time. So love from a man's point of view, a lot of guys are just confused. They're like, man, I thought she loved me. How could she do this? How could she leave me? How could she cheat on me? I've done all these different things for her. I put her in a better position. I took her in. I got her a job at my job, right? That's because she never loved you. And here's the thing, that's okay. That's totally fine. Because now you can accept the fact that a woman can leave you at the drop of a dime if a better situation comes along. If a better opportunity, if a guy has more than you, it just happens all the time. Women are always looking for opportunities to better themselves, to better their life, to get themselves out of a sticky situation. And she doesn't mind dropping you to make that happen. And it's unfortunate for a lot of guys, because even though they are hearing this, they can never truly accept it, because they're like, man, I can't believe that a woman would just use me and be a vehicle to wherever she's trying to get to, so she can have a better, more happier, more fulfilling life, and, not care about my happiness. That's just how it is. You must care about your happiness. You must be looking out for yourself first and foremost, because guess what? A woman is a survivalist by nature. She looks for ways. She finds different nooks and crannies. She gets online. She's doing all these different things to, guess what? Survive, to get to the next day, to have a better tomorrow, to have a better next year, 5, 10 years from now. And a woman might not tell you all this stuff up front. She might, just be hanging out with you and everything. But what she's going to do is start asking you questions. Then she's going to look at your living situation. Then she's going to look at your job. Then she's going to look at your, future income, potential income. She's going to look at all these different things. Then she's going to say, this is the guy I probably want to either settle down with and stick with or just completely get rid of. And here's the thing. Women have no remorse, no regret whatsoever. They will not shed a tear when they get rid of you. That is because they never truly loved you for you. See, this is why it's harder for men to get over breakups and divorces, because we put everything into the situation, to the family, to the woman. We do everything to make her happy, right? Let's be honest. We do everything to try to make her comfortable, make her feel good. So when she does leave or divorce you or breaks up with you, whatever the case may be, a lot of men are becoming hurt and becoming angry and they're crying themselves to sleep because they are confused. They're saying to themselves, how can this woman betray me? How can this woman do this to me? Did she ever love me like she said she did? Like she said she did a week ago, 3-4 days ago. How could she? Where could she be? Is she coming back? And you have to understand that she never loved you for you, just for the things that you were doing, for the things you were giving her. So now that you really understand this, you can proceed with caution and you can monitor the things that you do for women. Okay? Because a lot of guys, they honestly feel that if I continue to do more and more, then she will stick around. But you understand, when you stop doing those things or another guy comes along and could do more, you're out of there. And women won't just straight up tell you, hey, I never loved you for you and I just use you. It's not in them to do that because, again, they're survivalists. See, when you see a coyote or you hear a coyote, they're out there trying to make ends meet. They're trying to get the meal that they can right now, right? They're trying to survive that night. They don't care about next week or week after. They're on the hunt then and there. And this is how women see us men. They see us as human doings, pretty much robots. Now, they'll have fun with you and hang out with you and laugh and smile. But at the end of the day, what a woman wants is a better tomorrow. And for the most part, she will never really get with you if she knows that you cannot give her a better tomorrow. Whether it's money, whether it's a new home, she moving in with you, and whatever the case may be, more security. This is how women view us men. Your woman views it, my woman views it, your mother, your sister. It's built in women biologically to seek out a man or many men for that matter that's going to give her a better tomorrow. That's going to make her life that much better, be more fulfilling, that much easier, right? So when it comes to love and how women views us and how we view them, it's totally different, completely the opposite. So instead of you going into situations with women and relationships and trying to prove yourself and trying to do all these different things, I want you to ask yourself this. What is this woman doing for me right now that can make my life that much better, that can make me much more happier? And when you do ask this question, you'll start to realize, man, I'm giving a lot. I'm doing a lot for this woman. I'm going above and beyond. I'm trying to make her comfortable and buy her things and do whatever she wants, and it's not working to no avail. And what'll happen is when you do ask yourself this question, you'll see that she's not giving you much in return. What she's really doing is leeching off you, taking from you, exploiting you. And she's not doing it to hurt you. That's a lot of guys understand. A woman is not going to really go out of her way to make your life miserable. What she's just trying to do is give herself a better tomorrow. That's her life. Whether be it attention, be it money, be it a place to live, a car, a bill. She's just trying to give herself a better tomorrow because women rely on our love. And our love is about doing and showing and proving. A woman's love isn't about any of that. What it's about is, how can you make me feel? Can you make me feel better? Can you make my life better? And if you cannot do that, what's going to happen is she'll eventually get rid of you and find another guy just like that, with no regret, no remorse, and fill in that lost position. She'll fill another guy in that can do better for her.